Behind the crown's glittering facade, a secret coven is said to have whispered in shadows, shaping the fate of empires. History is filled with kings, queens, and noble rulers. But what if some of the most powerful thrones in Europe were not ruled by monarchs at all? What if the real power lay in the hands of witches who pulled the strings from the shadows? From ancient rituals to forbidden romances, the whispers of witchcraft echo through the annals of time. And now we invite you to delve into a realm where magic and power intertwine in a deadly dance. This is a tale of love, betrayal, and the pursuit of ultimate power, and it all begins with the summoning of a witch. Welcome back to our channel, where history comes alive with every brushstroke. Today, we journey into a world shrouded in mystery and intrigue, where the line between good and evil blurs and where the consequences of seeking power are truly dire. Prepare to be spellbound. Part 1. The Whispering Shadows. In the medieval world, witchcraft was feared, punished by fire and rope. Yet in the very courts where accusations were shouted the loudest, whispers tell of something darker. A coven of women, bound not by blood, but by power. They did not rule from gilded thrones, but from the shadows behind them. From the Holy Roman Empire to the courts of France, kings turned not only to priests and advisors, but also to secret circles of mystics, herbalists, and women branded as witches. Some were lovers, some were counselors, all were dangerous. Now let us introduce you to the first players in this Game of Thrones, lords and ladies of the realm, whose thirst for power knows no bounds. As the sun sets over the horizon, casting long shadows across the kingdom, these figures gather in the council chamber. The air crackles with anticipation. Around the table, faces illuminated by flickering candlelight reveal expressions of ambition, greed, and an insatiable hunger for more. Each of them has come seeking an audience with the queen, rumored to possess otherworldly powers. These are not your typical courtiers. No, these are the elite, the ones who dare to tread the fine line between light and darkness, for they are the Whisperers, a secretive cabal of advisors who hold the queen's darkest secrets and wield influence that can make or break empires. Part 2. The Witches Behind the Crown. One of the most chilling stories comes from 15th century Italy, where rumors spread of a queen whose court was a facade for ritual gatherings. Chroniclers describe midnight ceremonies under the new moon, where incense filled the halls and kings bent their will to whispered enchantments. In France, Catherine de Medici, queen consort and political mastermind, was accused of surrounding herself with astrologers, necromancers, and women versed in the black arts. Was her court a royal palace or a coven hidden in plain sight? Let us transport you to the grand halls of the Medici Palace in Florence, where the air is thick with the scent of lilies and the sound of harps. Enter Isabella, young and enigmatic queen whose beauty masks a sharp intellect and the thirst for power. As the queen sits enthroned, a sense of foreboding settles over the court. Her gaze, usually sparkling with warmth, is now distant and cold. Her advisors, a mix of noblemen and mysterious women cloaked in velvet, whisper urgently in hushed tones. Suddenly, one of the women, Lucretia, steps forward. Her face, pale and etched with worry, reveals a disturbing truth. The king, Lorenzo, lies stricken with a strange illness, and the Queen Isabella has turned to the dark arts for a cure. Part 3. Power Beyond the Veil. These witches did not seek mere survival. They sought influence. Through charms, potions, and ritual, they claimed to control fertility, success in war, and even the death of rivals. While kings and dukes brandished swords, their witches wielded secrets. In some chronicles, entire royal marriages were arranged under their guidance, treaties sealed not by ink but by whispered incantations, bloodlines preserved or erased by forces unseen. As the flames dance and flicker, casting eerie shadows on the stone walls, a group of witches gathers in the heart of the forest. Their leader, Morgan, a woman of ethereal beauty and undeniable power, raises a staff adorned with herbs and crystals. Around her, 8 others stand in a circle, chanting in an ancient tongue. Their voices rise and fall, weaving a tapestry of magic that binds them together and connects them to the spiritual realm. The clearing is bathed in moonlight, creating an otherworldly atmosphere as the witches perform their ritual. Incense fills the air, carrying the scent of myrrh and frankincense, mingling with the earthy aroma of the forest floor. The witches move in unison, their bodies swaying to the rhythm of the chant. Their eyes are closed, their faces serene as they draw upon the energy of the earth, the moon, and the stars. Part 4. The Coven's Punishment. But power in shadows always comes at a cost. The Church, relentless in its pursuit of purity, declared war on women accused of witchcraft. Covens were hunted, trials spread like wildfire, inquisitors tore secrets from trembling lips. And yet, while thousands were burned, some covens thrived in silence, protected by the very rulers who relied on their counsel. To kill the witches would mean losing the unseen hand guiding the throne. Suddenly, the tranquility of the forest is shattered by the piercing cry of a raven. The villagers, driven by fear and superstition, burst into the clearing, brandishing torches and pitchforks. The scene is one of chaos and terror as the villagers attack the witches, accusing them of all manner of evil. The once serene faces of the witches are now contorted in pain and fear. The clearing, moments ago filled with the promise of magic, becomes a battleground. The villagers, fueled by religious fervor and ignorance, do not heed the pleas of the innocent witches. Accusations fly, each more outlandish than the last. The witches are charged with consorting with the devil, with using their magic to harm the community, and with practicing dark rituals. The villagers, blinded by fear, fail to see the truth. In their frenzy, they burn the witches at the stake, their screams echoing through the forest, a chilling testament to the brutality of the human heart. Part 5. Legacy of the Hidden Queens. History remembers kings, emperors, and noble houses. But behind their victories and tragedies, whispers remain of women who ruled with no crown, no scepter, only the forbidden knowledge of the occult. Were they truly witches, or simply powerful women written into darkness by those who feared them? The truth is buried under ash and silence, but their shadows still haunt the throne. As the flames die down, leaving only smoldering ashes, a single figure emerges from the shadows. Her face, hidden in the depths of her hood, conceals both sorrow and determination. This is Eleanor, the last surviving member of the Coven, her eyes blazing with defiance. She kneels beside the ashes of her sisters, a silent vow forming on her lips. Despite the tragedy that has befallen her and her Coven, Eleanor refuses to bend. She knows that the true power lies not in fire and brimstone, but within the bonds of sisterhood and the strength of her own spirit. Now, with the weight of her Coven's legacy on her shoulders, Eleanor disappears into the night, determined to keep their memory alive and ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. And so our tale draws to a close, leaving us with more questions than answers. Were these women truly witches, or were they simply victims of a society that feared what it did not understand? Did they possess supernatural powers, or were they merely highly intelligent individuals who used their knowledge to their advantage? The truth, like the wisps of smoke rising from the burnt offerings, drifts beyond our grasp, leaving us to ponder the mysteries of the past. What did you think? How much do you know about witches in the Middle Ages? And how many of these events actually took place? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more historical tales. Stay curious, and we'll see you next time.